Good morning, welcome back to Farmbiz with Markay. Now we are in day 8 since we stocked this best. Remember, it's a stick of 500 from Zatec Hatchery. Day 8 as of today. There is something I need to do today, which I normally do by as from day 7. That is replacing these litters. As you can see, is being messed up gradually. So I don't wait until the whole thing is totally messed up before trying to come and replace it. No. So I'll be removing everything today and then replacing it with a fresh one. Now I want to ask a question. Now, do you need to wait until there is maybe sign of diseases before trying to replace your litters? The answer is no. You don't need to wait until there is a sign of disease before trying to replace your beddings. Now, another thing, maybe suddenly you observe some sign of diseases in your pen. If you are using a deep litter system, the very first thing you do is to replace the bedding materials immediately. Even if it's just like 2 days ago that you replace the litter, still pack out the whole thing and replace it. The reason for that is this. Do you know in a deep litter system they are poo everything, they mix with their, they messed up with they mess with their pool and everything inside the pen. They match it. Even some feed will drop on their pool and so on and something of that stuff. So the very first thing you do if you observe any sign of any disease is to remove the bedding materials before commencing your treatment. Now you don't have to wait until that disease breaks out before even trying to before trying to treat. No, that is the essence of we having a medication chart that we use, that is giving the antibiotics, multivitamins as at when due. Now today being day 8, which medication are we administering today? Now if you remember that medication chart I gave you some time ago, what we are to administer today is anti-CROD and anti-coccidiosis. That's like 2 different medication today now. So we are going to give anti-CROD and anti-coccidia medication. That's what we are giving right now. Now they are going to be on this medication within this day 8, day 9. By day 10 will stop. That is by for 3 consecutive days. Now remember, there are some medications they will tell you give this medication for 2 consecutive days or 3 consecutive days, but whatever the direction is, you need to follow it strictly. This is very, very important. Now this doesn't mean the medication chart I gave you is written on stone. No, it can be twisted a little to achieve what you want. Now where can it be twisted? Maybe like this, maybe you have a medication that says okay, administer this anti-CROD for 5 consecutive days, but meanwhile what I put on the medication chart is 3 consecutive days. So you have to extend it to that 5 days before moving to the next item in the medication chart. So I will need to pack out all these bedding materials now and then replace it with a fresh one. Now, while doing this also, it's also very important you look at their pool too. If there is anything unusual in their pool, this is also very, very important. Now, another thing I will also be doing today is to add additional drinkers to each of the partition. That is, I want to introduce the bell drinker. So I was able to get additional one so that I can place one each in each of the partition. Okay. Now I have replaced the litters. This is the fresh one that you can see in here. This is a bit thicker than the former one because of the season we are, because of the cold season. So your litter needs to be thick. Okay, now this day 8, I normally try to introduce this bigger feeder by day 8, day 9. Now when I want to introduce it, there is a way I do it. I don't just drop it there, put feed and then go. No. So what I do, as soon as I put feed, I observe them. Are they comfortable picking feed easily? As this one and they are able to pick feed from inside without stress. So that means it's time for me to actually leave this feeder here for them. So as soon as I drop this, I'll now remove the tray feeder. So this is how I introduce the bigger feeder to the pen. So you don't just have to put it, because if you do it that way, you might be surprised that their pig cannot really get to the feed to pick feed easily. So that might lead to loss of weight, because if they don't eat, they won't have anything to convert to weight for you. So this is how you introduce it. Remember, because this is something like an experiment, whatever I do to this partition, which is the Ultima plus end, I'll have to do the same to the Breedwell end, as well as the New Hope end. So I also did the same to the Breedwell, just like I said. Now I need to observe them. Okay, this one, they are able to pick feed easily. Though if that of the Ultima plus is able to pick feed, definitely every other one will be able to pick feed from the feeder. Now this is because why you are seeing this one inside is because the feeder is big enough for them to actually climb here to pick their feed. I know a few days from now they won't be able to do that anymore, so I'll still have to leave this other smaller one for some days before removing them totally. But what I will remove, since they are able to eat from the this bigger feeder easily, is the tray feeder by this day 8. That's what I need to remove from the pen. So the New Hope end, this is it. They are still able to pick feed from the feeder easily, so I'll have to leave the bigger feeder here for them and then remove the tray feeder. So this is what I need to do now. So the next thing I have to do is to introduce the bell drinkers, like I said. Introduce the bell drinkers so that they will have more than enough drinker here. It's not that the 5 nipple drinkers per 50 chicks is not enough, but I need to add up bell drinkers to it. You can see we've added the bell drinker to each of the set. Now we have this India bell drinker here. That's my existing bell drinker. So that's at the Ultima plus end. So this other bell drinker, we put it to the one we are using Breedwell on. While the new bed drinker, we install it there. So I am still trying to monitor that new bed drinker closely to see how it's working. Though, as expected, it's delivering what it's supposed to be delivering right now. So but I just still have to monitor it so that it doesn't overflow. So this is it. This is the update I have for you today. If you find this video helpful, kindly do well to hit the subscribe button, turn on the notification icon, like, comment and share, as this will help us to grow our channel and reach a larger audience. Thank you so very much.